All right, so I share some excerpts from my coming up book, my autobiography, Living Hell, and I just wanted to speak about I just want to give advice, because I think we should dismantle, our human HRA services of our nation, and I think for everybody, because everybody's getting turned off. I heard a lot of people they closing their their food stamp benefit and Medicaid cases. So you just go to a doctor for $90 or $150, and you see a doctor, and they give you your prescriptions and everything, and the treatment is so much better than going to a Medicaid office, and they saying that those SNAP food benefits are not enough to sustain and feed of one person, a single person, a couple, or a family of three or four or five. Our Americans want to be independent. And I see a lot of people like me, or people that are getting abused, or people that are having problems with their parents and they don't want to help, and they decide to become homeless in the cities of America, in the towns of America, and I know many people. I know many people. I know they know our government is the truth. It's not because they Democrat, Republican, or Libertarian, or whatever, Green Party, or Socialist, or whatever. They refer them to our HRA system, our social services system, government help in our nation. And we don't want that. We don't want to go to broke people for help. And we don't want broke people to humiliate us. And even if a rich person comes and sits next to us and tells us you're too much, or you're not going to make it, we rather listen to that person. And that person tells us, and that person has respect in the community, and that person is very successful. And it's not they don't have to become from the bottom, that they were homeless or anything. They could be a privileged one, and they think that we're not going to make it. Those people have a gift. Those people are still making money to this day. Those people went to universities, and they think you're not going to make it. Just go back home, or I just see if the social services could get you help until you could go back home or something. It's different. But we don't need broke people, and we don't need people from the underground world, like the kangaroo at the welfare office, or some broke black security guards with black people to tell us that we need to stay at homeless shelters with little orange shirts and everything. Because we don't want help from broke people, and we don't want the help from the rich people either. We want to make it on our own, and this is how we want it to be. We don't want help from broke. That's bad luck. A broke person talking to a kid that's trying to make it, or see if he has potential to make it. This is just a test. This homeless thing shouldn't happen in the future anymore. Families have to pick up the slack and help. All family members. This shouldn't happen anymore. Um, because rich people, no matter what, they're not judgmental, and they family men, and they family women, and they're not judgmental like the broke people. Broke people are very judgmental, and they like to criticize people, and they like to give the lesser value of everything to people that are in need, and that's abusive, and I don't care. I don't care. That's not how it flows here. I don't need someone with a mediocre a mediocre person saying he's a social worker, or a woman saying she's a social worker, and then they follow a guideline that blah 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 blah, and we don't have free Metro cards today because we took them all, and we gave them to everybody in my building or something. We don't want to deal with those kind of people. They trashy, and we don't deal with trashy people. You could be homeless, but you guys are trashy. The next thing I wanted to talk about is I had awareness for steroid awareness. We call it juice, but steroids. I met a gentleman in the train, and he was with his partner, and this gentleman used to use a lot of steroids, and his body was crazy. He's probably in his 50s now. I think they went on vacation here. I'm not sure they live in Canada or where they live. It's not my. But I just want to say that he's recuperating because he had to stop juicing because it was very, very dangerous, and he got they get very nasty. A lot of all juice heads have the same head, and they look the same after a while. It's very dangerous because you have to lay it off, and he has it's very crazy, and I know a lot of you guys are into it. You guys are a lot into those muscles and everything, but coming down from it is going to be a very, very chaotic thing. It's either you come down or you die. You have to eventually, after 17 to 22 years of use, you could die. And you're gonna have stroke like symptoms. I'm shivering, anxiety. You get anxious. You shaking. Your veins in your body and everything looks very bad. It could take up to 2.5 years to 7.5 years to recuperate, and you look like your hand is shaking all the time and everything. It's very bad. It's painful. It's very painful to go back to normal again. I just wanted that awareness very quick. And I wanted to talk to my mom really quick, because Evelyn, yo no sé cómo tú me puedes hacer esto. Tú sabes, yo soy una persona que ama la vida más y ama este mundo más y las cosas de este mundo. Yo no sé cómo tú me hiciste esta traición. I just say, I don't know how she could deceive me like this and backstab me like this. It's not a Republican thing. It's not a royalty thing. It's not anything. But I love the world and I love life and I love life more than anybody in this world. I love this planet more than anyone. And the way I love it is a whole different way than everybody loves it and appreciates it. And in life, and I don't know how could you do this to a person like me.